For number 27, it says to draw the graph of y equals x squared minus 4x minus 1. So for that one, what I did was I put it into my y equals. I went to table, and then I plotted all of these points. Negative 1, 4, 0, negative 1, 1, negative 4, 2, negative 5, 3, negative 4, 4, negative 1, and 5, 4. Notice that I have arrows at the end of my parabola. Now they want you to state the equation of the axis of symmetry. Now the axis of symmetry is this vertical line that intersects the vertex. Now the vertex is where the parabola goes from, it goes decreasing, and then this lowest point, and then see how it starts increasing. So this is also called the turning point. So in this case, that x value is 2. So we say the equation of the axis of symmetry is x equals 2. Number 28 is another changing trend in types of questions on the Common Core test. Usually it would say, solve the equation. Now it's giving you a situation. Hey, Amy solved it. She stated these were her solutions. Do you agree with her? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take 2x squared plus 5x minus 42 equals 0, and we are going to solve, and we are going to see if our answers match. What I'm going to do is use the Pythagorean theorem. Excuse me, not the Pythagorean theorem, the quadratic formula. My apologies. In this case, my A value is 2, my B is 5, and my C is negative 42 because of that minus. So what I'm going to do is substitute all of my values in. 5 squared minus 4 times 2 times negative 42. All over 2 times 2. Moving from left to right and simplifying, negative 5 plus or minus, now 5 squared is 25. Now this is like saying negative 8 times negative 42, so what I'm going to say is plus 336 all over 4. I get negative 5 plus or minus the square root of 361 all over 4. Oops. Plus or minus 19. The square root of 361 is 19. Okay, so what this means now is I have two solutions. My first one is negative 5 plus 19 over 4, and my second one is negative 5 minus 19 over 4. So 14 fourths reduces to 7 halves, and negative 24 divided by 4 is negative 6. Going back here, it says that her solutions were 7 halves and negative 6. Do you agree with Amy's solutions? We're looking for a simple statement. I agree, because my answers were 7 halves and negative 6. And they were. Your work backed up your explanation, but you need an explanation when it says to explain. In number 29, they give you two equations. They say, justify why both students are correct. Now, what you could do is you could simplify Sue's, and you could say negative 1/3 x, and then negative 1/3 times 3 is going to be minus 1. And then when you add 4, okay, with that step, you have shown that these are the same two equations. So what I would do now is I would plug in both points to show that it makes the equation true. I'm going to plug in negative 3, 4 and 6, 1 because in the problem those are the points that they gave you. Okay, so if I plug in, let's see, 4 equals negative 1/3 times negative 3 plus 3. I plugged in 4 for y and negative 3 for x. So 4, does that equal negative 1/3 times negative 3 is positive 1. 4 does equal 4. Check. That means negative 3, 4 is on the line. 6, 1, I'm going to put 1 in for y. Negative 1/3 times 6 plus 3. I'm going to get negative 1/3 of 6 is negative 2. We want to see, does that equal, does 1 equal negative 2 plus 3? Well, negative 2 plus 3 is 1. Okay, checked. So therefore, 6, 1 is on the line. Now remember, when it says to justify, you have to show some type of work or explanation.